41-year-old head coach of the Miami Dolphins just got the bag. A new what is it? I can't find the numbers now. I had it just in front of me a second ago.
I didn't even look it up. I was just happy that I know we got him to 2028. I didn't even worry about the money. I'm not worried about the money.
Through 2028.
Yep.
And, he had 2 years remaining on his original 4-year contract. But this is it now, VJ.
Yes.
This is it. You've now locked in
Sam.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Oos.
At $53 million average annual value. You now locked in Mike McDaniel. You've locked in Tyreek Hill.
Ta-ta.
You've locked in Jalen Waddle.
Penguin.
Is there anybody else who I'm forgetting at the moment in time?
Well,
no.
we redo Chubb in the middle of the year last year.
You already had him. I'm talking about this offseason.
No. This offseason, these were the deals these were the big deals that got done.
So to me, this is a moment of, all right, well, we like what I say it like this. You don't do this if you don't like what you have around your roster.
Absolutely.
You don't do this if you're not happy with what's going on. So to me, it's like if they don't win now, this is what it's about.
Absolutely, and I'm 100% with you. I got no beef with that. I love that they did this. I love that they got Tata done. I love that they got my man Uso done. I love that they got the Penguin done because these are the guys that are going to make this thing go. But I'm going to tell you the real reason why, in my opinion, why this deal got done today. They saw the NFL and even college, right? These people are around the players all the time. They see the work. They see the progression or the regression. They see what the average fan, TV analyst, radio guy, whoever don't see. And when you see deals like this done, they know A-Chain's healthy. They know Mostert's healthy. They know they're getting Chubb back. Look, think about it. I told y'all don't sign Odell. Look at that. On the pup list, first 4 games out. Bro, cut that guy, let that guy go. But they have been there. They believe in what Anthony Weaver's done with this defense. If you go listen to any Dolphin player in camp on Twitter or any clip when they're at a press conference, listen to the way the defensive players talk about Anthony Weaver. They did not talk about Vic Fangio like that last year. And when he left, he tried to throw the defense under the bus. And the defense finished 10th overall last year, losing their 2 rushers, losing Van Ginkel, not having a healthy Xavier Howard all year long, and then also not having Jalen Ramsey until November. And they still finished number 10 in the league in defense. You bring in a guy like Anthony Weaver, former player, younger guy that communicates differently with the young guys on this team. They feel like, Martin, like you said, they have a window here. This to me, this year starts about a 2 to 3 year window to get this damn thing done. And I'm telling you that as a lifelong Dolphin fan since 1983. These next 2 to 3 years, if it doesn't get done, they're going to have to start to blow this thing up because the money on the back end of some of these contracts get a little higher. Say you miss on some draft picks. Tyreek is crossing the 30s soon. Like this year to me starts Miami's ticking window to at least get to a Super Bowl. The divisional rounds, wild cards aren't going to do it moving forward. If they get to a wild card and then win this year and get to a divisional round, lose, okay, it's better than you've been doing the last 2 years.
That's the thing, because it's been, 24 years since Miami's won a playoff game? Is that
20. Or 24. Whatever it is, it's the longest drought in the league.
Right.
I don't care about the number. I just know we're last.
I know it's over 20. I know it's over.
Yeah, I know we're last. That pisses me off enough.
So that's the question then. Is it the right move?
Yes.
To go ahead and allocate you are banking right now. It's like buying it. Like they just bought a house in Miami. Like this is where we're going to be. Yep. This is where we're going to be the next 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
This is where we're going to live for the next 3 to 5 years. And they haven't had that postseason success. So to me, it's a risky move, honestly.
Anytime you sign people to big money, it's a risky move in professional sports. But I am a guy that stands on the side of if you feel like you have your guy. It's the same thing I say about dating. If you feel like she's the girl and you've been on enough dates and you met her family and you can tolerate her, she can tolerate you, take the next step. What do you still say? Oh, let me see. People date for 7 years. Y'all not married? Oh, no, we're not married. But you've been dating for 7. What are you waiting on? If anything, you're killing the relationship as time goes on. I feel the same way in pro sports. Oos is your quarterback. You have one of the better receiving cores in football. You have one of the better young potential superstar running backs in Devon Achane. You talk about a kid that ran for 900 yards last year and missed like 6 or 7 games. He ran for 8 yards a pop. This guy is lightning in a bottle. And you have Jonnu Smith now as a tight end. You revamp the offensive line. The defense is back. You put some new pieces on defense. Chop Robinson. You lost Wilkins and Van Ginkel. Cool. It happens. But Javon Holland, all-pro safety that they drafted in the second round out of Oregon, if you feel like this is the squad you're going to go with, get it all locked up now, like you said, and this is it. Like, if they don't get it done, dude, I'll come on radio 3 years from now and say, yeah, y'all blew it. You had 3 years. You locked them up. Now we're trying to recover money. Now we're cutting guys because we have to get rid of salary. We have to free up salary cap. You had your window. I would just real fast. I was on with Chris on Monday, and I told him Buffalo missed his window. He didn't understand what I was saying about Josh Allen. I wasn't saying like Josh Allen ain't good anymore, but what's starting to happen there, right? One coordinator gone, two coordinator gone, this receiver gone, this safety gone, this guy gone, and now it's Josh Allen with all new receivers this year. You and I agree that Sean McDermott, he could be on the hot seat this year. Their Super Bowl window's closed. They can still win 11 games. They can still get a playoff win. But you tell me Buffalo's going to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years? No. That window closed already. That's what I mean. When you got your pieces, you got to go. Miami's got their pieces. This is their 2 to 3 year window right here.
VJ, I got a question for the both of you. Okay. Iowa scored 40 points today, right, beating Illinois State. Either the Red Birds or the
McNamara
Cardinals.
threw 3 touchdown passes.
Can't remember which one it is. Cade McNamara tampered with. But,
yeah.
All right, Iowa scored 40.
Right. Well, theoretically, they narrowed down that was the guy.
Yeah. So 40 points today for Iowa against Illinois State. The next handful of games for Iowa.
Well, Iowa State, of course.
They play Iowa State. They have Troy, Minnesota, Ohio State, and Washington.
Under.
That's their next 5 games.
Under.
How many games will it take for Iowa to score 40 consecutive points?
You have to give me over
40
and
total.
under.
40 total is what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your over under?
I'll say 3.
You think, Steve, you think 3?
Yeah.
I haven't said it. I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay.
Those are the next opponents. Iowa State, Troy, Minnesota, Ohio State, Washington.
3.
Do you think 3 games?
Minnesota's a conference game. Minnesota will fight and play him tough. Troy can beat a walkover, but Iowa State's going to play him tough too.
I looked it up. In their last 4 games last season, they scored a total of 23 points.
Oh, I'll take 4.
They got shut out by Michigan, of course, at the end, and they got shut out in the bowl game.
I was thinking Ohio State might be the one that cracked the 40 as they lose like 27-3. You know what I'm saying? Like they get that third.
So
that
you're
field
saying
goes to
it
one.
will go into October?
I
Really?
think so. I think so. I think just. That's you want to talk about something that jumped off the page. That jumped off the page.
Because they have a
Iowa
bye
scored
week, end of
40
September.
points.
So 3 games in the month of September.
I say it takes these 3. Yeah, I say it takes these 3. They probably could get the 40 with these 3. The Troy game, if they come out and they're just on fire, the Troy game, they could probably put up 24, 27.
Yeah, they scored 24 in their non-conference opener last year. They scored 20 against Iowa State last year.
There's your 44.
There's
your 44 right there. Yep, give me 3 games.
Yeah, I think I'll say this.
Scored 20 against Purdue last year. Scored over 20 against Rutgers. Come on, they have defensive touchdowns.
You're right. Those points count too.
I say
defense.
They scored 40 today. By the time they score 80, again, we may have elected a new president by then. Like in September.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think between Bama and Ole Miss, they're going to have 80 in the first half tonight.
Yes.
Oh,
Alabama.
correction! Bama just scored. That is 80. In the
I was about to say,
first half.
Bama just scored again against that
And
vaunted
Ole Miss
Western.
just scored again. They have scored 87 total in the first half. Those two.
Ole Miss was at 38 points at the 7:52 mark in the second quarter.
It's 52-0 Ole Miss over Furman late first half.
It's not even the half yet. Wow. That's embarrassing.
Are they going to go to 5-minute quarters on this game?
I don't know.
Like that. Who was it?
Clock,
Stephen F.
something.
Austin or something this week? Yeah.
Running clock or something.
So
man.
the other thing and I thought it was interesting too when Billy Napier got the Florida job, and LSU just completely had no interest in the guy who was leaving from UL. What was then UL Lafayette,
Louisiana, yeah.
is now just University of Louisiana.
There's one.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. But
it's like Cal State's.
No, but it would be
like 7 Cal States out here.
But it'd be like if Cal State they just called themselves.
Cal is Cal.
Yeah, but they just call them Long Beach State because I used to live down there and I used to be like, where you go? I go to Long Beach
Or
State.
the
It's like,
beach.
oh, yeah, or the beach. Yeah. Oh, yeah, or I go to the beach. I was like, oh, okay. But no, it's Cal State, Irvine, Cal State,
UL Lafayette just took over all of, now it's just Louisiana. They're Louisiana Raging Cajuns, which was not true when I was there in high school. But Billy Napier had that team humming. LSU took no interest in Billy Napier. He goes all the way to Florida, and now, it wasn't just – that was embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were I had a couple friends that were in the stands or in the press. The fans were leaving before halftime. Fans are leaving, and this is
because
Florida.
there was the usual fever right before the game. They don't play every year against this Miami opponent anymore.
Absolutely.
Saw Tim Tebow on the field.
Yep.
Javon Curse comes out at the center and leads
One of the biggest
cheers
games in the last 4 years, 5 years for Florida.
And Miami 41-17 was the final.
And here, Will popped off the screen. The athletes are different. The athletes at the skill position, the athletes are different. That's when you see sports like that.
That's what you used to be able to say about Miami and most opponents.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Miami and most opponents. When Bobby Bowden was at Florida State, when
Larry
Tommy
Coca.
Frazier, oh my God, those teams, Santana Moss and Willis McGahee.
About 20 years
God.
ago, what was it, 23 years ago, that Miami team that won the title is still one of the best college teams I've seen in my lifetime.
Dorsey, Shockey, McGahee, Portis, Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. Oh my, yeah. That squad right there, who was that they blew out in the Rose Bowl? Was it?
Oh, from the Big 12.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Was it Oklahoma? They blew out in the Rose Bowl?
They did not win their conference. Wasn't it Colorado and somebody? Somebody didn't win their conference, but still got picked. Of course, it was a different system to pick the final. It was Nebraska, right?
Was it Nebraska? Oh, yeah, well, it was Nebraska. It was Nebraska.
Nebraska, which has now 7 losing seasons
and they
in a row.
blew Nebraska off the field that night. Man. You think that was better than those Reggie Bush?
Yeah, I
teams?
would put them the equal of that. Exactly.
That's okay.
What about where would you rank them with 2019 LSU?
Boy, talk about your one-year wonders. My goodness.
That U team was about
offense,
a 2 to 3 year run that you're talking about. That team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Burrow was one phenomenal year, just like Cam Newton was one phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Burrow had, 4 NFL receivers?
But
four of those guys?
It's not a quarterback conversation. It's more of a.
I got you.
But no, between Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Terrace Marshall, and
there's one more we're missing. There's one more. I can't think of, but there's one more. I thought he had like 4 guys there that were NFLers. But the thing about those SC teams was, once again, the skill position guys. Troy, Lindell White, Reggie Bush. I mean, you can just plug in. It almost felt like you could plug in the quarterback. I mean, hell.
It was silly the wealth of talent you had at similar positions.
Yeah.
By the way, I looked up Miami 2001 National Championship. Andre Johnson, Hall of Famer now.
Oh, yes.
Ed Reed, Jeremy Shockey, Clinton Portis, etc. Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And in that running back room, once again, that's after Frank Gore. So it goes Frank Gore, Portis. Then it was like McGahee. I mean, they just, for like 4 or 5 years, the running back position at the U was set. And all those guys were first-round draft picks in the NFL. And then they all went to the NFL and ran for 1,000 yards multiple times. Like, it was, that's a good one, though. That's a good one, Steve. I kind of like the late 90s Florida State run. Winky, Lavernius Coles, Peter Warwick, Warwick Dunn. You talk about some of
The Peter Warwick team beat Michael Vick's Virginia Tech for the national title. But here, that 2001 Miami Hurricanes team, they were beating top 20 teams in back-to-back weeks late season, 59-0 and 65-7. This is not like preseason poll, misplaced ranking. This is November.
This is Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving weekend. They out there whooping ass like that. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, good stuff. See, that's what's great about college football, because it brings like those combos up. It helps you look at a team today and say, yeah, they're good, but man, they definitely aren't those Tommy Frazier and Lawrence Phillips Nebraska teams in the mid-90s that would just run for 400 yards a Saturday on you and just ran the ball down your throat time and time again, beat people 55-0, 60-12, 58-6, those type of scores.